Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 603 based on novel. So let's start. Wang Lin's voice echoed across the world. Not even the endless sandstorm around the Earth sect could suppress his voice. Everything seemed to freeze before Wang Lin's voice. It only seemed like everything frozen, as the wind and sand still moved. However, even so, his divine sense caused a storm that shook the souls of all the cultivators in the Earth sect. Under his divine sense, the higher one's cultivation level, the stronger one felt it. The old ancestor of the Earth sect was at the Golden Exalt stage. Although the sect master hadn't reached Golden Exalt, he was still a late-stage void turbulent cultivator. The two of them were the most powerful cultivators in the Earth sect. At this moment, the Earth sect master was currently scolding his three disciples. He had a serious expression and was angrily scolding one of them. His words caused a pressure that made the disciples tremble. But at this moment, Wang Lin's divine sense spread out. He didn't want to hurt anyone, so the three low cultivation level disciples could resist, but their expressions changed and they felt like a wind had blown by. However, the expression of the Earth sect master changed greatly. He felt like hundreds of thousands of bolts of thunder had exploded in his mind and the world was collapsing on him. His body trembled and he rushed out of the sect without hesitation. He didn't dare to not come out, he didn't dare to disobey. There was also the Golden Exalt of the Earth sect. He was in closed-door cultivation year-round and would not easily come out. At this moment, he was sitting there when his heart rumbled. Wang Lin's divine sense was overbearing and forced through all obstacles to echo in his heart. The Earth sect's Golden Exalt old ancestor opened his eyes, and they were filled with shock and fear. Empyrean Exalt. At this moment, the Golden Exalt felt the world collapse before him. He felt that only one fragment needed to fly toward him to make him fall. Fear filled his mind. The Golden Exalt old ancestor immediately teleported outside the Earth sect. Aside from them, in a pavilion in the Rank 5 region, the man named Ching felt this divine sense as well. His body trembled and he became even more confused than before. Not only him, but the woman next to him also trembled, and a flash of confusion appeared in her eyes. The entire sect of 30,000 disciples all felt their minds tremble, but it was due to awe. Confusion only appeared in the man and woman. However, neither of them knew that at that moment, both of them looked so similar. Outside the Earth sect, Wang Lin calmly stood at the head of the sea dragon and looked at the sandstorm before him. The Earth sect's old ancestor appeared, followed by a ray of light that was the Earth sect master. When the Golden Exalt old ancestor appeared, he saw the sea dragon under Wang Lin. The moment he saw the dragon, his heart skipped a beat. The sea dragon was equivalent to a Golden Exalt cultivator, and a powerful one at that. It was slightly stronger than the Devil Dao sect master. A Golden Exalt sea dragon as a mount, the Golden Exalt old man felt sweat on his forehead. He looked at Wang Lin, calmly standing on the sea dragon's head, and his heart trembled when he met Wang Lin's gaze. He quickly clasped his hands and bowed respectfully at Wang Lin. Earth sect Sheng Qianlin greets Senior. As he spoke, the sect master also arrived, but with just a glance, his face turned pale. He was shocked by Wang Lin's luxurious mount and obediently stood beside the old ancestor. He bowed at Wang Lin in awe. Junior didn't notice Senior had arrived. I hope Senior can forgive me. If Senior doesn't mind, please come into the Earth sect so Junior can pay his respects. The Golden Exalt Sheng Qianlin was very respectful and didn't dare to be rude. He was afraid of offending this terrifying Empyrean Exalt. He didn't even dare to spread out his divine sense to check Wang Lin's cultivation level. It was very rude for a weaker cultivator to spread out their divine sense to check the cultivation level of a powerful cultivator. With that terrifying divine sense, he could clearly judge that the person before him was an Empyrean Exalt. The Golden Exalt Sea Dragon also caused his heart to tremble. I have only met Empyrean Exalts twice, and each of them can make a continent tremble. This person suddenly appeared before my sect. Could it be that someone in my sect has offended him? Wang Lin smiled and said to the old man, no need to enter the sect. I'm passing by the main Earth continent and need the most complete map your sect has. Can you give me one? With that smile, the Golden Exalt let out a big sigh of relief. He was afraid someone in the sect had offended this Empyrean Exalt. It has to be said there were only around 1,000 Empyrean Exalts in total. Most of them were on the central continent, some followed a Grand Empyrean, and the rest stayed in a sect, acting the true ancestor. After hearing that Wang Lin had only come here for a map, the old man named Zheng Qianlin quickly nodded. Senior is being polite. Junior has the most complete map the sect owns on me. This contains the entire eastern continent and beyond. Even a big part of the southern continent. As he spoke, he waved his right hand and a golden jade appeared. He respectfully handed it to Wang Lin. Wang Lin accepted the jade and scanned it with this divine sense. The map was wider than this tortoise shell, and it was quite detailed. It even has maps of the southern continent. Wang Lin smiled and looked at the Golden Exalt old man. Seeing that Wang Lin was very satisfied, the Golden Exalt old man relaxed even more. When Junior became a Golden Exalt, I went out to gain experience. I went far south and recorded everything I saw along the way and left it in the jade. If Senior needs it, there is no need to make a copy. Just take it, Junior has backups. After putting away the jade, Wang Lin wanted to give some benefits, but he had just reached the Empyrean Exalt stage. He was also held at the Scorpion Temple for over 100 years, so he really didn't have anything worth taking out. It has to be said that a map jade was very secretive and would often not be given out casually. It was the accumulation of several generations of a sect. After pondering a bit, Wang Lin's right hand reached out at the void and fire gathered in his palm. This fire turned into an immortal fire seed that contained some fire essence. I won't take your sect's map for nothing. This contains a trace of fire essence. If anyone inside your sect can sense it, it can increase their chances of forming a fire essence. Wang Lin waved his right hand and it flew toward the old man. The old man's face revealed a joyous expression. He quickly received it and put it away inside his storage space. He bowed at Wang Lin but secretly sighed in his heart. Every Empyrean Exalt he had met was extremely stingy. The two he had encountered before were like this, and the third one now is the same. After giving the fire seed and taking the jade, Wang Lin turned to leave. He casually spread out his divine sense across the sect. This was a subconscious behavior due to his cautious nature. The sea dragon flew 1,000 feet up. Goodbye, Senior. The Golden Exalt old man relaxed completely and clasped his hands. The Earth sect master that had accompanied him but had no qualification to speak also clasped his hands. But just at this moment, Wang Lin suddenly stopped and turned around. He stared at the Earth sect and a huge wave was set off in his heart. At that instant, his divine sense spread out and he felt a soul aura that made his mind tremble. The sea dragon felt Wang Lin's divine sense and let out a roar toward the sky. It then charged toward the Earth sect. This change was too sudden, the Golden Exalt Zheng Qianlin simply didn't expect it at all. He turned around, and as his expression changed, the sea dragon flew over his head into the Earth sect. Senior. Zheng Qianlin's expression became suspicious and he turned around to look at the Earth sect master, who was also shocked. They turned into two rays of light and flew after Wang Lin. As the sea dragon rushed into the Earth sect, its roars echoed across the world, making the 30,000 disciples tremble. They felt the illusion of heaven's might descending. The sea dragon floated above the area of the rank 5 members. Wang Lin stood on the dragon's head and looked down. He entered a trance. The Earth sect's old ancestor and sect master quickly caught up. The sect master was pale. He didn't know why Wang Lin had suddenly come here. He looked at Wang Lin and his heartbeat accelerated. Senior, these are my sect's rank 5 sect members. The Golden Exalt old man felt bitterness in his heart. He took a deep breath and quickly gave an introduction. Rank 5 disciples, listen to my order. Everyone come out and greet Senior. The Golden Exalt old man's mind turned rapidly. He vaguely guessed that the reason this emotionless Empyrean exalt had suddenly rushed here was because one of the rank 5 disciples had made him unhappy or was a descendant of an enemy. Fortunately, it's just the rank 5 members. Even if they all die, we can't offend this Empyrean exalt. The golden exalt Zheng Qianlin immediately made a decision. All the rank 5 disciples walked out with pale expressions. They knelt toward Wang Lin and were about to bow. Among the crowd, there was the man named Qing and the woman beside him. The two of them were about to bow, but Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He moved in a flash and waved his sleeves. A gentle force spread out and stopped them from kneeling. Looking at the man, Wang Lin revealed a gentle expression. Big Brother Zhu. Wang Lin stepped forward. All the Earth sect disciples between him and the man were all pushed aside by an invisible force. When Wang Lin's step landed, he appeared before the man named Qing. Senior, the man was startled as he looked at Wang Lin. He was at a loss. The same look appeared on the woman's face, along with panic. Wang Lin was being accompanied by the old ancestor and the sect master, so he had to be a powerful person. Old ancestor Zheng Qianlin saw this and was shocked. Doubt appeared in his heart, but no matter how much he pondered, he couldn't think of the real answer, so he didn't act recklessly. When the sect master saw this, coldness appeared in his eyes. He was suppressed by Wang Lin's aura and didn't dare to speak. He also couldn't see Wang Lin's expression, only his back. However, he felt like he had found an opportunity to act, so he pointed at the man named Qing and roared. The two of you have guts. Without Senior doing anything, I'll remove the two of you from the sect. With that, he moved forward to show off. Stupid. When the golden exalt old man heard this, his expression changed. He turned to wave his sleeve and was going to stop the Earth sect master. However, before he could do anything, Wang Lin turned and the gentleness in his eyes turned into a chilling gaze. Scram! This word was like a bolt of thunder that exploded in the Earth sect, creating countless echoes and a powerful sound wave. All of this landed on the sect master, causing his body to tremble. He coughed out blood and was thrown far away. One word, one sound could cause a late-stage void turbulent sect master become seriously injured. The pupils of the golden exalt old ancestor shrank and he immediately clasped his hands at Wang Lin. Senior, please don't be angry. This descendant of Junior hasn't cultivated for long. Although talented, he is too reckless and has been spoiled by Junior. Junior will immediately remove his position as sect master and hand him over to Senior to deal with. Junior will find a new person to take the position. This sudden change startled the nearly 1,000 rank 5 disciples. They looked at Wang Lin with indescribable fear. The man named Qing trembled and the woman beside him held his hand. Sweat appeared in their palms. You. What is your name now? Wang Lin looked at the man named Qing. In a trance, he saw the person who had burned his body to protect the female corpse. Who laughed as he gave Wang Lin the ascendant crystal and burned his soul to fight against his enemy. At this instant, Wang Lin saw the man who became a sword spirit and looked at the awakened Qing Shuang, who had lost her memory. The bitter pain and countless years of silent companionship where he waited forever. He never gave up, even in death and when she forgot him. His feelings shocked the heavens, his feeling moved the earth. The reincarnation spell was not able to hide your 1,000-year obsession. My name is Qing, the man softly said while looking at Wang Lin. Even facing Wang Lin, there was still that sense of coldness from his body. Qing. One word, when Wang Lin heard this, he felt a stab of pain in his heart. This came from his understanding of the man before him and witnessing this man's bumpy life. The man pondered for a moment and said, "Yes, I'm an orphan. I gave myself the name, Qing." The woman beside him held his hand even tighter. Feelings that can't be forgotten even after reincarnation. He was infatuated and guarded a corpse for 1,000 years. When she woke up, they were strangers. Countless years of waiting for her to remember him. Obsessed for life. In this life, his name is Qing. How is that his name? It's clearly the woman he is obsessed with. Qing Shuang's Qing. Wang Lin looked at the cold-looking man and didn't speak for a long time. This coldness was different from Qing Shui's. This came from his previous life as a sword spirit. The coldness of the sword had nothing to do with emotions, and even after reincarnation, it was still there. I tempered with his and Qing Shuang's reincarnations. Especially Qing Shuang's. Even though she was Qing Lin's daughter, she was the one I changed the most. Wang Lin sighed and looked at the woman next to the man. She looked nervous and panic filled her eyes. She grasped her lover's hand as if she was afraid of losing him. She seemed to be very afraid before Wang Lin, and if she wasn't holding her lover's hand, she would be helpless. She was afraid of Wang Lin. The moment she saw Wang Lin, her body trembled. That fear came from her soul, it seemed to be engraved into her soul and couldn't be erased. Wang Lin looked at the woman and slowly asked, "What is your name?" The woman trembled, subconsciously retreated a few steps, and hid behind her lover. She held onto her lover's hand and her face was pale without any trace of blood. Her name is Zhu Yiting. The person who answered Wang Lin was the man she was holding onto. Zhu Yiting. After Wang Lin heard this name, he looked at the woman profoundly. Back then, Zhu Yi called Qing Shuang Tinger. In this life, she should not remember her past life. Wang Lin closed his eyes. Back then, he did one thing. He shouldn't have done this, because everyone had the right to their memories. But during Qing Shuang's reincarnation, he wiped her memory. It wasn't a seal, he had completely erased her memory. This caused intense suffering for her soul. This was why she still felt unimaginable fear toward Wang Lin even after reincarnation. I don't believe you didn't recover your memory of Zhu Yi, you just chose to be cold. I witnessed most of your time with Zhu Yi. Since you chose to forget and have chosen to reincarnate by my hands, then I'll assume you did this intentionally. Therefore, I'll help you erase your memory. From now on, you will never have the memories of your previous life. You only have the memories of your current life. This was what Wang Lin had thought to himself when he erased Qing Shuang's memory. He didn't tell this to anyone, nor did anyone notice. He did this on his own to help Zhu Yi. While Wang Lin's eyes were closed, the man holding the hand of his longer hesitated and said, "Senior. Your cultivation level is high. Can you help me resolve a confusion?" The moment he spoke, the woman grasped his hand tightly as if their hands were going to merge into one, not even death was going to separate them. She looked nervous and sad, she even seemed to forget her fear of Wang Lin. "Qing, that's a dream." "It's only a dream." Wang Lin opened his eyes and looked at the man. The man held his lover's hand and softly muttered to her, "I just want to know the answer." While cultivating to this point, I felt like I have done it all before, and I quickly reached the point I'm at today. In these hundreds of years, I always had a dream, and this dream was the same. In that dream, there was a woman. I could only see her back and she wore white. She gave me a familiar feeling but also made me feel very sad and cold. I always wanted to see her face, I wanted to know who she was. I faintly felt like she was my wife in my previous life. If I had a previous life, she was probably my wife. It seems like the purpose of my existence is for her. To wait for her to turn around and look at me, the man whispered, and his eyes revealed a deep sense of confusion. His confused expression was the same as the one he had while guarding the corpse for 1,000 years, hoping for a miracle. The surroundings were completely quiet and only the man's voice echoed. The golden exalt old man looked at this and then at Wang Lin. He had some speculations and he silently pondered. Wang Lin looked at the man and didn't speak for a long time. He could erase Qing Shuang's memory, but he didn't want to change this man's memory. Because this man was his friend, his benefactor. Wang Lin wanted him to choose the right path in life himself. On the spring of one year, I walked under a tree and looked at a leaf. I liked it very much. When autumn came, I came to the tree again, but I could not find that green leaf. I thought I couldn't find it. But I didn't know that it was still there, it's just that its color had changed. When I turned to leave, the autumn wind blew by and the yellow leaf flew off. It circled me and accompanied me along the way, But in my melancholy from missing the green leaf, I never noticed that the leaf I was looking for was by my side the entire time. This is my answer to you. Wang Lin's eyes were filled with reminiscence as he spoke. If 1dsy you find that my answer is correct, you can take this pill. This will make it so you will never see that dream again. Wang Lin turned and stepped toward the head of the sea dragon. He left a withered, yellow pill that was like an autumn leaf. It floated before the confused man. Zheng Qianlin, these two are my best friends, and they are now reincarnated into your sect. This is a great fortune for your sect. I'll help your sect 3 times. If anything happens to them, I'll be coming to question you. Wang Lin's voice echoed in the golden exalt old man's heart. At the same time, Wang Lin waved his hand and a jade with his imprint flew out toward the old man. Thank you, Empyrean Exalt. The golden exalt trembled and bowed at Wang Lin. This was a great gift. At this moment, a breeze blew by and caused the man and woman's hair to flutter. 2 strands of their hair intertwined together like 2 butterflies dancing. Wang Lin didn't unlock the man's memory seal but gave him a choice. He looked at the man profoundly before withdrawing his gaze. He stood on the sea dragon and it carried him away. Ju Yi, big brother Ju, forget me, forget the cave, forget your previous life. In this life, cherish the people near you. She is the one you waited for a lifetime to turn around, the figure in your dream. Wang Lin let out a sigh. This matter seems unfair to Qing Shuang and is not fair to Qing Lin. I shouldn't have done this. But Ju Yi's 1,000 years of obsession. Forget it, I can't make it perfect. Wang Lin sighed. As the sea dragon under him roared, they left the Earth sect. Before Wang Lin came here, he didn't expect to meet him and her. Sichu, Qing Shui, Chu Ligua, Liu Jinbao. There are many friends from the past. I wonder if they are somewhere, looking at the same sky. Wang Lin sat on the head of the sea dragon as he looked up at the sky with a melancholy gaze. I wonder if Sichu was able to begin his life as a king. I wonder where senior brother Qing Shui went. Chu Ligua is cunning and ever-changing. Liu Jinbao comprehended the Tao of deception. I wonder if he is still comprehending it. And also, Li Qianmai. After meeting the first old friend that reincarnated, Wang Lin felt ripples echo in his heart. Their vivid faces flashed through his mind. The sea dragon rushed toward the other powerful sect on this continent, the Meng Earth sect, under Wang Lin's command. This sect was equal to the Earth sect. With Wang Lin's Empyrean Exalt cultivation and the Golden Exalt Sea Dragon, the trip was smooth. The Meng Earth sect respectfully handed over the map jade in fear of displeasing Wang Lin. Wang Lin also spread out his divine sense in the Meng Earth continent. Although the probability was not high, he still wanted to see if he could find some old friends. But he found nothing. With a sigh and a blessing toward Ju Yi and Qing Shuang, Wang Lin sat on the sea dragon as it flew toward the Heaven continent. The entire eastern continent only had a few Empyrean exalts. In the Heaven continent, there was the Heaven sect, which was part of the 9 sects and 13 factions. The old ancestor of the Heaven sect was rumored to be a genius in the same generation as Luo Yunhai. However, his cultivation stopped at Empyrean Exalt. He once followed Grand Empyrean Gemini, however, something happened and he silently left. He returned to the sect and hadn't left for tens of thousands of years. The strongest sect on the Heaven continent was the Heaven sect. Among the 9 sects and 13 factions, only the Heaven sect ruled over the entire Heaven continent. The Heaven sect was different from other sects. Instead of just one sect, they had a total of 19 branch sects across the Heaven continent and completely controlled the resources of the whole continent. At this moment in the Heaven continent, a giant sea dragon quickly moved through the continent. Wang Lin was sitting on the head of the sea dragon, calmly looking at the earth below. The reason this continent was called the Heaven continent was because the clouds were all very low. The clouds were supposed to be high in the sky, but due to some strange changes, these clouds were close to the ground. It was as if one only needed to reach up and grab them. As a result, the entire Heaven continent was like a wonderland that was shrouded by clouds year-round. In the Heaven continent, there were countless mountains, and the highest peak was called the Heaven Peak. From afar, one couldn't see the whole mountain, as part of it was covered by the clouds. They made it look extraordinary. On this day, the sea dragon appeared as ripples echoed. It floated in the sky and stared at the mountain below. Its golden exalt cultivation completely spread out and shrouded the area. Wang Lin stood on its head in full white, looking extraordinary among the white clouds. He stepped across the endless white clouds toward the peak of the mountain. Wang Lin stood on the top of the snowy peak and allowed the wind to cause his white hair to flutter. The sea dragon circled around him and looked around with a cold gaze. "I'm Wang Lin. I request to meet the Heaven Sect's old ancestor on Heaven Peak." Wang Lin's divine scent spread out like millions of bolts of thunder exploding. The rumble spread with him as the center like real thunder and covered more than half the Heaven continent in a flash. In the Heaven continent, all the cultivators in all the branch sects of the Heaven Sect and the many sects that were under the Heaven Sect trembled when they felt this powerful divine scent sweep by. Even the clouds above the Heaven continent seemed to collapse. When the divine scent spread out, the clouds avoided it, so everything within millions of kilometers around Wang Lin became clear. Heaven continent, main location of the Heaven Sect. As Wang Lin's divine sense echoed through the endless mountains, a shocking aura erupted, causing the world to change colors. The clouds split as a white-haired old man walked into the sky. As he stood there, the world seemed to tremble. He looked into the distance toward where the peak was. His eyes lit up, he waved his sleeve, and he disappeared. When he reappeared, he was at the peak of Heaven Mountain. Ripples echoed as he walked out. He didn't even look at the sea dragon around the mountain but stared directly at Wang Lin. There was 10,000 feet of sky between the two of them. As the old man looked over, Wang Lin looked up and his eyes shined. Their gazes met for the first time. It all looked silent, but thunderous rumbles echoed in Wang Lin's mind. The old man's gaze was like hundreds of thousands of needles that entered Wang Lin's eyes. It seemed like they were going to pierce his body. Wang Lin's body trembled and the golden light in his eyes became even stronger. The white-haired old man's entire body trembled. He felt like Wang Lin's eyes contained a golden sword. This sword gave off extremely powerful celestial energy, it was sharp, and it even gave off a powerful pressure. When it entered his mind, it felt like the golden sword had stabbed his body. "Why did you summon me here?" The white-haired old man withdrew his gaze. He looked at Wang Lin with a serious expression. "I have just entered the Empyrean Exalt stage and would like to ask fellow cultivator for some pointers, nothing else." Wang Lin had no grudge against the Heaven Sect. His words were polite and he clasped his hands at the white-haired old man. The white-haired old man immediately laughed and battle intent appeared in his eyes. It was rare for a life-or-death battle to happen between Empyrean Exalts, but it was normal to have exchanges. However, because there were far too few Empyrean Exalts, it was rare for one to give up the chance to battle another. This kind of exchange was good for both of them. "Good." The white-haired old man stepped forward and raised his right hand. He waved at Wang Lin on the peak and all the falling snow on the peak trembled. It formed a snowstorm and rushed at Wang Lin from all directions. This snowstorm contained 9 spells. The storm howled and raged as it drowned Wang Lin inside. Wang Lin laughed as he raised his right hand and threw a punch. This punch also contained 9 spells, and they were 9 war spirit prints. Thunderous rumbles echoed and shook the surrounding world. The snowstorm trembled and exploded so that snow covered the world. Thunderous rumbles continued to echo across this place, along with the earth-shattering laughter. Several hours later, Wang Lin's figure retreated out from the endless snow and stabilized himself tens of thousands of kilometers away. Fellow cultivators, cultivation is extraordinary. This battle has benefited me greatly, many thanks. At the same time, the white-haired old man also retreated tens of thousands of feet in the other direction before stabilizing himself as well. You have just entered the Empyrean Exalt stage and you are able to fuse 9 spells into your movements. You also don't look very old, this old man admires you. The two of them were tens of thousands of feet away from each other. They both clasped their hands at each other and smiled. Again? Again? The two of them closed in rapidly from two different directions. The thunderous rumbles even caused the sea dragon's heart to tremble, and it retreated. It looked at the two terrifying figures and blinked before retreating some more. This battle lasted for 7 days. Wang Lin and the white-haired old man skirmished 23 times. Every skirmish, they would split apart to recover their cultivation and think about the previous skirmish. They would also talk to each other. This kind of battle between Empyrean exalts involved no hatred, so it was good insight for both of them. Fellow cultivator Wang, I can see you are still holding back a bit. Our battle strengths are similar, so why not go all out? At the end of the 23rd skirmish, the white-haired old man laughed from the distance. Okay. Wang Lin stood up and his 5-element true body appeared. With only one true body, Wang Lin's battle power would increase and he could battle against an Empyrean exalt that had fused 18 spells. Essence true body. And it's no ordinary essence true body, but an essence true body of a fusion of multiple essences. The old man's pupils shrank as he looked at Wang Lin's essence true body. The two of them attacked at the same time, and the white-haired old man no longer held back. He erupted with the power to fuse 17 spells. Thunderous rumbles echoed and 3 days passed. After 3 days, Wang Lin smiled as he stepped onto the back of the sea dragon and it flew away. Fellow cultivator Mu Rome, many thanks. As the snow fell, the white-haired old man stepped out and looked at Wang Lin's direction with a serious expression. He hasn't used his full strength with his cultivation. I wonder how far he will get in the Empyrean trial. The white-haired old man waited until Wang Lin disappeared completely before leaving. There is a new Empyrean exalt in my celestial clan. This matter needs to be reported to the Grand Empyrean. These 10 days of battle had also given him a lot of insight. This video will end here.